Well, what's up, channel fam? Boy, it has been a minute. We're back today at the Northwoods trails. Let's go see which ones we're gonna do. And if you'll notice, we're in the candy van. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But go look at this map, figure out what trail we're gonna do. It's kind of what we're looking like today. The lake looks good. Got some clouds. It's feeling okay. It's humid. It was like 90 degrees today. But we're getting to summer. Let's check out where we're going. Well, I kind of know where we're going. We're just gonna wing it. We're just gonna wing it a little bit. So let's get it going. So before I get winded, and I'm gonna get winded because it has been a while, I have definitely taken some off time, which I shouldn't have done. But let's talk a bit about what's been going on. So the last video that y'all saw was me taking the Suzu Trooper out for a ride. And that was seems like forever ago, it was a long time ago. But after that, a friend of mine came up from Texas and we spent a weekend out in the National Forest camping, fishing. So that was a whole lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. And in that video, I asked y'all what type of tent I should buy. And what I bought was a cot tent. I'll get into specs of that and we'll go over that later. Hopefully go camping at some point. But boy, it worked out really well. I really enjoyed it. It was comfortable. And so just a real good time. I enjoyed hanging out with my buddy and doing some fishing and some camping, some cooking, and just out in the middle of the National Forest, man. That was a blast. Now, a little bitty bird, Now, let's talk about why I'm in the candy van. My daughter had her high school graduation down in Texas, and so I hopped in the Trooper and headed down there, and it didn't make it back. It's sitting at a buddy's house down there in Texas with a busted transmission. And sucks about that is when I bought the Trooper, it had a bad transmission. The guy who I bought it from also had another Trooper with a good transmission. So I paid a shop to do the swap on it. And, you know, the one that we put in it was supposedly rebuilt 7,000 miles ago. But maybe that wasn't the case, I'm not sure. If it was, that shop over there in Sheridan, Arkansas didn't know what they were doing when they rebuilt it, because it didn't last very long at all. So, that's where my new Jeep is. It's in Texas. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, whether I sell it or fix it or whatever, but it sure was a fun little truck while I had it, which was not very long. But I want to say congratulations to my daughter for graduating high school, and you know, now she's got her whole big old life ahead of her. Can't wait to see what she decides to do. And here's what I hope and pray is that she decides to do something that she enjoys. And to me, that's the most important thing, because they said it before, if you enjoy what you do, you don't work a day in your life. So, congrats, Amy. And, you know, can't wait to see what happens, what you do. And just remember, God loves you. And as long as you're talking with Him on a daily basis and asking Him about where you should be headed with your life, He'll guide you. Now, can't feel my fingers. I've had a pinched nerve for about a month, and I've been to the chiropractor 3 times. I'll go back again this week, or this coming week. And he says if we can't get it figured out, I may end up having to have an MRI, which doesn't sound like fun to me. But it is quite annoying. It was my thumb, pointer, and middle finger that were numb. Since he's worked on it, it's just the pointer finger that's numb. And then of course I feel it in my elbow, but not the most fun situation ever. So let's hope that continues to get better. Let's see here now, what else been going on? Well, been shooting some real estate videos. That's great. Thanks to the realtors that are using me for photo, video stuff. I'm really enjoying that. That's a lot of fun. So if you're a realtor and I'm gonna get run over. Watch out. I bet this is a fun trail for that. Dude was booking it, man. He said, oh yeah. I don't know if I heard him. Having a blast out here. Once again, I mean, I know I've talked about it before, but Northwoods trails are some of the, you know, foremost bike trails in the world. So always a bunch of bikes out. What were you talking about? Anyway, so yeah, realtors, if you're in and around the Hot Springs, Arkansas area, like Hot Springs, Benton, Malvern, you know, and I'll travel for fuel prices, a little bit of extra pay for the fuel because, good Lord, Candy Band diesel's $4.80 a gallon. But yeah, holler at me. We'll shoot some real estate video for you. That's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it so far. Check this out here. We got a creek crossing coming up. Pretty cool, huh? On we go. So far, we've just been on roads like this, but kind of needed it versus a whole lot of elevation first day back and a good long while. I don't want to hurt myself too much. ease back into it. But through everything I've been doing, busy and getting to work and all that, probably some procrastination. I don't know. Can honestly say I'm glad I drug myself out here. It does not take but a couple of minutes to realize and remember what I love about this. So, shame on me for taking off too much time. Glad to be back. So, if you're new here, you won't remember it. You need to watch the last video from the Northwoods Trail. But I met a guy out here last time named Harvey, and we talked for like 45 minutes. Great dude from Louisiana, living here now. And when we talked at the end of the hike there, you know, exchanged phone numbers and was like, hey, let's go get some lunch or something, or do a little hike together. I'm like, absolutely, dude. And so I checked in with him a few weeks later, and he had had some sort of medical issue. Not quite sure what that was, or I don't know if I remember, but anyway, I need to check in on him again. He said he was healing up. Hope he's doing all right. Need to check in on him again, see how everything's going. You ever just feel like you're not going in the right direction? And I know it's something your preacher would say, but I meant literally. So, there's a road we've been on there, which is one of the trails out here. And we passed that turn, came from that direction. I knew I was gonna have to turn right at some point. But I'm used to Northwoods and Cedar Glades having those nice little hub maps and everything. And apparently there's been a bike race out here because all the signs for the bike races are on the tree pointing with arrows. And so, long story short, I walked half a mile in the wrong direction. And I came to another turnoff. I'm like, well, this one doesn't have a hub either. And I knew I hadn't seen one at this first one, so I was just kind of waiting for that hub. So I turn around, come back, and this is what I see. Like, I mean, that's the only marker there is. But it doesn't give the trail name or anything. And like I said, all this stuff out here is usually just really well marked. And when I had that feeling at the next turnoff, I pulled up All Trails and looked, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, it's an unnamed road. I guess they're using it for the race, but I don't know. So we got to see a little more of the country than we planned for today. But you know, that's why you should bring a map or download your maps so you can access them offline. Because All Trails almost wouldn't pull up, almost didn't have enough service. And I really didn't know where I was at. I mean, I could walk, you know, in a certain direction and find a road or something. Not lost, but I still don't know if I'm on the right trail. It's weird. But anyway, let's hope we're back on track. Yep, we were literally just a few hundred yards from the turnoff to where I was gonna take a break. One of the lakes. Hey, so we put in an extra mile. You know, that's what we get for taking time off, right? But there's a lot of poop on this dam. I know that's random, sorry about that. It's probably geese or something. Anyway, we're gonna get us a water break. We've gone, about 2.2 miles. Get us a water break and get this drone up in the air. Take a look around. Now that we're unlost So, those of you that are new out here on these trails is 3 big old lakes, and they're reservoirs for the city. So you can't fish or swim or camp out here or none of that, but golly, is it beautiful. Great place to hike and mountain bike. Oh boy, man, it just don't get much better than that, dude. Man, and this bridge is the most spectacular thing I think I've ever seen for a hiking biking bridge. It is freaking awesome. Of course, you've seen that in an older video, but if you're new to the channel, here's the bridge. It goes over the spillway. So if one lake spills into another, spills into the third at the bottom, you know, just pristine out here. Fantastic. So I met Troy. Troy is a mountain biker, and he's from Beaumont, which we know where Beaumont is. We're both Texas boys, but we both live here now. So it was cool meeting him, chit-chatting a little bit. I was kind of curious about the mountain bike guys, and I asked them, you know, how many miles he's riding. You know, he's kind of like me. He's no wild professional that gets out there and does doom races, 300-mile races, or none of that stuff. But he was just doing 10 or 12 miles today. So, you know, if I do 3 to 5 on foot, it's probably about the same, I guess. Really don't know what the workout's like on a bike because I don't ride one. But cool guy. He had a GoPro on. I asked him if he ever caught anything cool on his GoPro. He said, well, just crashes and stuff like that. Been trying to catch some wildlife coming across the trail, but haven't been able to. So yeah, that's neat. I still won't catch a bear at some point. I just don't want to do it real close, you know? It doesn't tickle my fancy. I want to see it and go, ooh, it's pretty. And then him go away, or me go away, or both. Wrong. Far from it. That is kind of odd though. I know they've had some kind of race, but this trail is just like, out in the middle of nowhere. Like, it's nowhere near the parking area or any of that. So why in the world they haven't finished out here in the middle of nowhere? I don't know. It's like, congratulations, good effort. Now we're out 1.5 miles back to the parking lot. I picked this trail. It's called Yopon something because it looks like it goes by the lake, and I hadn't been on it before, and it was the longer choice, but I mean, it's Saturday night. This is how I'm partying. So let's party. It's about 7:45. Let's talk about 8:30. Hope we can wrap this up before it gets dark. All right, y'all. Pretty, ain't it? If my editor's any good, right there will be your verse of the day. Whew, a sweaty one, but a good one. Bless y'all. All right, we're making it. We're making it. I done had 2 mountain bikers sneak up on me. I'm scared the absolute crap out of me. Sometimes, man, depending on the terrains, where on rock, I can hear them coming. Some of these trails that are dirt, I can't hear them. And they'll be right on me before I hear them, and it scares me every time. So, mountain bikers. I'm not talking English. That's what I'm not doing. We're gonna call it governors, what I'm saying, okay? We should make it mandatory that you dudes ought to like have bells on your bike or something so I hear you coming. Or maybe like a little horn or something when you're riding up on somebody. Not loud, not to scare us, because I know y'all overdo that too. And to the guy or the second guy that scared the crap out of me, that I said hello to, and you didn't say nothing back, well, hope you stump your toe. Yeah. Well, we made it. Boys and girls. A little more than I wanted to. We did Bearcat Pass, Bearcat Hollow, Sanderson, part of Freeman, Yopon, Sidecar, and Bees Knees, in case you're wanting to come out here. It was a little over 4 miles. I was shooting for something under, south of 3 miles, but, I had a little trail. Oh, yeah, anyway. It's a good first day back. Definitely out of shape a little bit, but felt good to be out here. Didn't get a lot of elevation today, so that probably helped with the whole thing. But anyway, man, had a heck of a time. Thanks for coming along. What are you doing with your life? Go hiking or biking. Scare some hikers. Something. See y'all next time.